Hello and welcome back to another fun and cool episode of Ames Tonight. As always, I'm your host, Jim Heinrichs.
And some of the times, I'm your co-host, Jobe Fee.
Now, Jobe, we were talking a little bit before the show just about
As co-hosts do.
Oh, absolutely. About how busy this week's been, right?
Yeah, it's been a rough week.
It has.
As a matter of fact, I didn't have time to actually write any stories.
Ooh.
But I think as a fun alternative, I managed to write half of my stories. So I will give you, what if I give you half of my stories now, and you just finish the stories for me?
Like the entire story, or are we talking just
I think we just have time for the headline.
The headlines? Yeah.
Would you, so Jim, would you finish that headline?
Is that that's your pitch right there?
Right
there? All right, yeah, I'll do that. And coincidentally, I also have 6 unfinished headlines here to share with you tonight. So,
wow, if I didn't know any better, I'd be worried that people would think we're scripted.
Who would think that?
All right, so let me give you my first story.
All right.
So finish this headline. Israel crowns a 93-year-old as...
Israel crowns a 93-year-old as the new Burger King.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jim.
We
were looking for Israel crowns 93-year-old as Miss Holocaust survivor. They had a beauty pageant in Israel to celebrate all of those women who had had their youth ripped away from them in the war, and they gave the highest honors to Miss Holocaust survivor.
Wow.
Yep.
That is a very interesting news story.
Simultaneously honorable and tasteless.
That's very true. All right. Well, my first one, see if you can finish this headline. Utah Poison Control Center reminds everyone blank.
Utah Poison Control reminds everyone to check their toilets for sewer snakes.
You know, you were very close on that one. Very close. No, it was actually Utah Poison Control Center reminds everyone not to take poison. It's just... super obvious. I mean, I guess not.
I mean, like, that
obviously.
should be step one for poison control, is to tell people to not take poison.
That's true. That's basically how they make their living. But, yeah, no, it's centered around, like, a lot of children.
I just don't think people have big jars in their house that just say poison on them.
That's true. That's true. But, I mean, you never know. I mean, I have heard a couple of our hosts might have something like that. Nick Demery.
What?
What? Poison in their house.
Okay. Cool dad gets bullied for...
Cool dad gets bullied for talking about Billy at the slumber party.
Not even close.
I hope not.
That would be weird. Who's reporting on slumber parties?
I don't know.
Ooh.
That's not the journalism we want.
Not here at GSTV.
Not at all.
But no, it was actually cool dad gets bullied for driving son to school in a Ferrari 488.
Why exactly was this dad getting bullied?
Well, it wasn't by the children. It was by the other parents who felt like he was flexing on all the other parents.
Oh.
They're like, he's got the money. Why does he need a Ferrari to drop off his kid at school?
Right.
And so they were talking mad smack in the group chats.
The PTA meetings and whatnot.
And eventually he got kicked out of the group chat for defending himself.
That is rough. Oh.
So let that be a lesson.
Don't
never drive Ferraris.
At least to take your children to school. Or else, I
or
guess
else
you'll
get picked on. High school was a lie.
Yeah. Wait. High school. Anyway. Next one. Man eats underwear to blank.
Man eats underwear to smooth jazz covers.
Oh, like he's eating the underwear
And
while
they're
listening
smooth
to
jazz.
some like.
Yeah, he's got
Oh.
a record player in the background, just playing some smooth jazz while he munches on some underwear.
Kenny G and whatnot.
This is like,
Oh man.
it's a special evening. I can't eat my underwear to just anything.
Oh yeah. Well, unfortunately, that is incorrect. But I do love the that story in general. I'd love to read about that. But no, this one was man eats underwear to beat breathalyzer. That's right. A man got pulled over, 18 years old, because a DUI, which is not a joke. He really shouldn't have been doing that. But in order to try to get his BAC down, he decided to eat his underwear to try to get some of the alcohol absorbed into the cotton.
Was his underwear made of bread?
Well, I mean, that maybe, I don't know, but let's just say it didn't work. The mugshot was right there to prove it. So,
Mug
yeah.
and shot. Those were the things that got him into trouble.
Aha!
We're funny guys.
Yeah, we are. Anyway, next.
Colorado voters will get a second chance next month to
Re-illegalize marijuana. They just have had enough. They're sick of it. Everybody's coming to work and they're just like not getting anything done.
You are thinking way too progressively.
I know.
Colorado voters will get a second chance next month to abolish slavery. See,
Oh!
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
The funny thing is that it is technically, slavery is illegal in Colorado, but there is a law that states, the exact wording of the law is, slavery is hereby abolished in Colorado, except in the state when dished out as a punishment for prison.
Oh! That's...
So you could legally be sold off as a slave if you committed a crime in Colorado as of right now.
Wow.
So,
that is...
Good thing they legalized.
You should get on that, Colorado.
Really, Colorado.
Yeah, come on. It's 2018.
2018.
All right, next one. Cop makes arrest in bathroom after blank. There's a lot of ways that could go.
Cop makes arrest in bathroom after dropping a monster duke.
Ooh. It does have something to do with that, as you would probably assume. But cop makes arrest in bathroom after smelling crack. I feel like this one speaks for itself.
It's right there. They didn't even have to try.
Look, headlines are some of the most important things in journalism to this day. Newspaper writers, you've got to learn it. A good headline is one of the best things you can have. Now, we should probably get through these next ones quickly, so I think we're going to do a little bit of lightning round just to keep this show on the road.
Explanation and more just guessing.
Yes.
Nebraska's new tourism pitch is...
Nebraska's new tourism pitch is there's only tornadoes sometimes.
Wow, that's honestly better than what it is.
Oh.
Nebraska's new tourism pitch. Honestly, it's not for everyone. That's their biggest selling point.
But, like, if you're one of the people that it's for, then
Like, it's
heck yeah, that's great.
like gangster's
but-
paradise.
Is it, though? What's in Nebraska? The Cornhuskers? Oh. Do the little... Anyway.
I get no respect.
Oh, no respect. What? Oh, gosh, that's a thing. For another time. Anyway, next one. County to pay $250,000 to advertise blank.
Getting vaccinated.
No, that would make too much sense, unfortunately.
What are they advertising?
The county to pay $250,000 to advertise lack of funds. Because advertisement will help with that if we've learned any. I mean, actually it could, but
Yes.
I mean,
that may come into play later.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Dun, dun, dun.
We do that sometimes on Ames Tonight.
We're great writers.
Oh, we are. Gosh,
China-
these scripts, fantastic.
China Communist Party kicks out general who?
Kicks out general who would not play by the rules and share. Because sharing is caring, and it's one of the big things in China that you have to do.
You're not wrong about sharing is caring, and he did break the rules. China Communist Party kicks out general who killed himself.
Oh, yeah? I mean...
I guess step one to being a communist is to not kill yourself?
I guess. I mean, it's kind of hard to stay with an organization if you're not...
It would put a damper on the meetings.
Yeah, it would. Anyway, next one. North Carolina boy punished for calling teacher blank at school, report says.
For calling teacher...
Now be careful. The FCC is watching.
For calling a teacher miss instead of Mr.?
You're actually incredibly close.
Mr. to miss.
No, not quite. North Carolina boy punished for calling teacher ma'am at school, report says.
Well, was the teacher female or?
Basically what happened was the teacher didn't like being called ma'am, but the child's parents had taught them to call people sir or ma'am if they're authority figures. But the teacher had already told the student once or twice to stop, and then the student got suspended.
That's Southern hospitality taken too far.
Southern hostility. That's
all right.
A little more. Anyway.
This is my last one. And
your last one?
It might be cheating. I stole this one from BuzzFeed. We can guess your fave part of autumn based on how you build...
A snowman.
I'm sorry, Jim.
Dang it.
The correct answer was, we can guess your fave part of autumn based on how you build the perfect boyfriend.
That's is it wholesome, actually? I don't know.
I took the quiz, and...
How did you do?
I got sweaters. My fave part of autumn is sweaters.
That's nice.
In case you're wondering, I built my perfect boyfriend around Chris Pratt.
Oh, that's... sounds like a good
I'm
boyfriend.
straight, but if I had to pick someone,
Chris
it'd
Pratt's
be
definitely
Chris
up there.
Pratt.
That's a respectable... Honestly, any of the Marvel Chris's are pretty good choices.
Yeah, the Marvel Chris's.
Evans, Hemsworth.
Oh.
Anyway, we'll go to my last one. We can talk about that some other time. Florida man enters convenience store carrying blank.
His own dookie.
Ooh, I'm sorry. It was Florida man enters convenience store carrying live gator, chases customers. There's actually a video on Facebook. You can watch it. He just carries this alligator into the store and runs around with it, just chasing customers around. Its mouth was taped, but the shock factor was still definitely there.
I'd like to say I'd be more responsible if I was carrying around an alligator, but I think we both know.
We would probably both.
I would
chase
abuse
people
that
around
power
passionately.
passionately.
Absolutely. Well,
we wrote each other's stories.
Yes, we did, and it didn't go half bad, except I guess I didn't really hear too many laughs from the crew in the background, so maybe it was horrible, but I'm not sure.
It was hilarious.
Aw, our floor director,
we're-
Zach Williamson, the scoreboard,
We just got word that we were hilarious.
he did say we were hilarious. Aw, well, that's fantastic.
Wild.
Wholesome. Well, this has been the first part of this show, but there's lots more to come, so
stick around.
we'll see you in a little bit.
Welcome back to Ames Tonight. I'm Nick Demery, and this is...
I am Leah Gebke.
There's too many... Jim, there's too many new faces. I can't remember these names. I already forgot the... Quinn. Chris. I don't know.
Mine's easy to remember. It's just Leah.
That's
that simple.
That's like too simple.
I'm a girl. I'm the only girl that is doing this.
Right. So that's like a special fact that I need to remember. Like I have to put aside like extra storage in my mind to remember that fact.
It's not that hard.
This is
It's not that hard. It's four letters.
Well, let's just deliver the news. The Coast Guard recently offloaded seized drugs worth around $47 million while in port. The haul reportedly included about 1,600 kilograms of cocaine and 20 kilograms of marijuana, just for good measure. To help the viewers understand the sheer scale of this haul, imagine driving a Chevy Equinox with a trunk full of cocaine, a back seat full of cocaine, a shotgun seat full of cocaine, and an engine block full of cocaine, because the entire car is made of cocaine and you're driving it down the highway. The most interesting part of this is that the shipment is actually considerably smaller than last month's seized goods, which were worth around $170 million and weighed 6,000 kilograms. So, for scale, imagine riding an elephant made of cocaine through the Serengeti.
What an image. Last Sunday, the 14th, pop star Ariana Grande and comedian and SNL member Pete Davidson called it quits. The star-studded couple first started dating in late May and got engaged just a few weeks after dating. Said Grande, quote, "It was way too much, too soon," end quote. Wow. I mean, I guess time flies when you're high on life. But in all seriousness, I thought that their romance was sweet, and I hope that they both truly find happiness throughout all this. And don't judge them. I mean, they were both young and in love, just like many of you out there. Except you probably didn't get 8 tattoos about your significant other that you have to look at for the rest of your life. But we gotta get over this, okay? Of course, everyone was pretty shaken up about it. So, to cheer you up, let's reminisce on the celeb couples who got married a few weeks or months after dating. For example, Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony. No, they split in 2012. Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. No, they're divorced. Chris Hemsworth and Elsa Pataky. Now I know that one for sure. See, I keep up with the times, Mom. Well, see, on the bright side, this power couple is still together to this day, and there is hope that Chad will propose to me tonight.
An article published by NBC News yesterday states that over 70 cities in the United States have voted to remove fluoride from their water supply within the past 5 years, despite the fact that numerous scientific studies over the past 7 decades have proven fluoride's effectiveness in dental health. A fringe group of conspiracy theorists called anti-fluoridationists have swayed much of public opinion. So, first off, that group's name sounds like something that wants Florida's statehood revoked, which is slightly more understandable than trying to remove fluoride from public water. See, fluoride keeps people safe, while Florida tries to murder everything inside the state's boundaries with alligators and angry retirees. Now, one of the main talking points for anti-Floridians is that fluoride is a poison, and this is technically true. Consuming too much fluoride can cause serious health problems. So does alcohol, and we pay people to give us that. Then we pay them again after we throw up the poison we just paid for. The other argument against fluoridation in water is that fluoride is a government-sponsored mind control chemical. And if ever there was a time for Neil deGrasse Tyson to magically appear and disprove garbage scientific ideas like some sort of magic science pixie, that was the time. But if fluoride really is an MK Ultra drug, then get a Brita filter. You can literally attach one to your sink for $25. And if you really want to protect the public from dangerous poisons, start with real threats to public health, like drunk driving, smoking, or Grey's Anatomy.
I love Grey's Anatomy, so you know what? Anyway, this past Thursday, Trump's former attorney and loyalist Michael Cohen has changed his party registration from Republican to Democrat for the upcoming 2018 midterm election. Cohen, who has pleaded guilty to 8 criminal accounts, including coordinating hush money payments, says he is prepared to campaign against Trump and the Republicans and will do anything to help their campaign trail until his sentencing in December. But according to Democratic knowledge source, Cohen hasn't had one single meaningful conversation with anyone from the Democratic Party. And here he is talking about how he wants to give speeches and help the campaign. And this honestly sounds like a little like our friend in the Oval Office. Says he's going to do the work, but when it comes to it, gets tired, pays someone else to do it, and then takes a private jet to Pebble Beach to play a round of golf. Apparently, this isn't the first time Cohen has switched parties. He was a registered Democrat until the 2016 presidential election and became a Republican after being asked to serve as deputy chairman of the Republican National Committee's Financial Committee. This honestly just sounds like another Ross and Rachel scenario. I mean, it's on again, and then off again, and then, so when asked about switching back to the Democratic Party, he declared, "We were on a break!"
The disappearance and suspected murder of New York Times journalist Jamal Khashoggi has left much of the world in shock, with many countries suspecting that agents acting on behalf of Saudi Arabia carried out an assassination on Khashoggi. However, President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence are still both very hesitant to take any sort of decisive action. Vice President Pence stated that the Saudi government has promised, quote, "a complete and thorough investigation that will be completed in just a matter of a few days." But if the past few weeks have taught me anything, it's that a few days is not enough for any kind of significant investigation. This news comes in light of a recent report by the Committee to Protect Journalists, which states that 44 journalists have been killed this year alone. While I salute the bravery of these reporters who were willing to risk their lives in the pursuit of the truth, I also want to know what kind of editor needs photographs of Spider-Man that badly. All things considered, it is still a wise move for America to tread lightly with Saudi Arabia, as it is our largest oil supplier. If the trade deal is threatened, America may lose most of its oil. It's not like we could just use our massive oil reserves in Texas. Oh.
Aw, cats. We either love them or we hate them. Apparently, the members of the U.S. Embassy in Australia love them too. An apology was sent out last Sunday regarding a fake meeting invitation that was sent from the State Department that featured a cat in pajamas eating cookies. And honestly, this just looks like me on a Friday night. So, my friends, you know, see the resemblance? Now, according to the public affairs counselor at the U.S. mission to Australia, it was a training error made by a new staff member testing out their email newsletter platform. Aww, said that one random guy you follow on Facebook who only likes to repost cat videos.
You know what? I'm changing my mind. Good job, Laura.
Gosh, it's Leah. It's Leah.
Whatever you say, Lana. That's all the time we have. Jobe and Quinn will be right back with the C Block. Stay tuned. You're watching Ames Tonight.
Hello, and welcome back to Ames Tonight. Now, listen, kids. I know the C Block is usually filled with your funny little jokes and your maymays and your LOLs, but it's time for us to talk about something serious.
Let's get down to business.
Money. See, GSTV, we've fallen on some hard times here. And so in order to make us a little bit of cash, we've decided to sell the C Block to advertisers. Quinn, why don't you take it away with our first ad?
All right, our first sponsor bringing you Ames Tonight is Paul's Bunion Cream. Paul has spent hours in his house perfecting this formula, and now he has emerged to clean your feet. The bunions will bun off your feet with Paul's Bunion Cream.
Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with 100% pure grade bull hookie and you need legal representation? Then call Gina Rodriguez right now at 1-800-GINA-6-SUBPOENAs or follow her Insta at ginnyforthewinnie@hotmail.com. Gina6-SUBPOENAs, because you don't need any more bull hookie.
Job, I have a question for you.
What's that question?
Is your coffee bitter?
I actually don't
Well,
know.
sweeten it with Paul Bunyan's cream. Bioengineers at the University of Minnesota have finally made a blue ox, and they milked it for its sweet cream. Then they bottled up that sweet cream, added a little cow's milk, and they shipped it to China. While it was at China, farmers managed to get a hold of it. They unpackaged it, drank a little, got backwash in the bottle, and then they sent it back. And from there, the bottles were poured into a large vat, and it is that large vat that they'll send to you. But, viewers, act fast. The first 50 of you to use the promo code ISU, I'm sorry, I mean GSTV, will get an added milliliter of Paul Bunyan cream to the vat.
And we will get a little bit of the money you give them if you use the promo code, so make sure to use it.
Please do. Once again, that's ISU, I'm sorry, I mean GSTV.
Serenity, beauty, unification, synergy, interdepartmental transit. Bliss. The kiss of a warm summer day. Jeffrey's low-rent belfries. Yell into the middle of your neighborhood today for Jeffrey's low-rent belfries.
Paul Blart, like you have never seen him before. Used to be a mall cop, but when he was fired for incompetent Segway use, he has switched to farmers market security. But a conspiracy is afoot, and it is up to him to protect the onions. Join Kevin James in Paul B's Onions.
Have you ever wanted a Chernobyl-like incident in your tuchus?
Sure.
Have you ever wanted to try exotic foods without having to leave the Target parking lot?
I guess.
Have you ever wondered just how much currency it would take to completely overinflate the economy to the point of collapse? Then get down to the dumpster by Domino's and try Murray's Discount Curries today.
Okay. Hey, Job, have you ever wanted delicious yams that didn't come from big yam companies?
I mean, I myself am not much one for yams.
Support the little guy and buy Paul Bunn's yams. Paul Bunn is a local yam enthusiast who decided to grow his own, and he's selling them out of his Dodge Neon. To quote Tony the Yam Tiger, they're yams.
That got suspiciously close to copyright infringement.
But we just skirted the line, though. I think we're safe.
Wait a second. Sturm's Wacky Worms? Did you write us?
I don't know, Joe, but it's on the list, so you might as well read the ad and do the voice.
Seriously?
It's what the advertiser is asking.
Okay. Out here on the bayou, we know a little something about respect. When you're out there trying to catch a big bass, you gotta respect the fish. At Sturm's Wacky Worms, we have the most respectful, polite worms you've ever met. They may be wacky, but Sturm's Worms is no joke. Come on down to Sturm's Wacky Worms at 285 Richardson Court, room 303.
Actually, it's room 203. 303 is on the girls' floor.
Wait, Quinn, did you write this ad?
Job, I can't believe you would accuse me of such things. I'm appalled, honestly. This is a new low for you. Why would I use my influence in GSTV to get ad space for my own personal company that I don't have?
And you know very well that our fan base has reached the tens.
I do. But that doesn't prove anything.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't look very good on your resume. Don't forget, you're still just an intern here.
I mean, I did forget that, so oops.
I hope you had some fun with that. Tune in next week or whatever. See ya.
Peace out.